Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I want to walk you through the 2 reasons why you might be struggling to get clients online. Now, this could be if you have a coaching business, fitness coaching, whether you have an agency. If your business depends on getting clients online and you're doing any form of outreach, then this video is going to be super helpful for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this down into one main problem in regards to your systems and the exact system we use that books out a calendar all week long and gets us high paying clients all week. You can literally copy and paste that. I'm going to walk you through it for free. But more importantly, I want to break down the one mindset issue as to why you might be struggling to sign clients. And this to me is honestly the more important thing. I'm sure you've had a lot of mindset tips and tricks here and there, but this one I can guarantee you haven't heard before, and you wouldn't really understand how much this impacts your business until you understand this mindset concept. So without further ado, let me dive straight into things. Guys, by the way, how fake does this background look? I assure you it's 100% real, right? Jumping back into it, we're going to be diving into the practical, analyzing the poor systems that you might be using and exactly how to replace them with automated, done-for-you outreach. Number 2 is breaking down the mindset problem, and this is the mirror of life. I'm extremely excited to get into that one, but first and foremost, breaking down the poor systems that you might be using. What do I mean by this? You're still stuck in the trenches. This is what this all falls under. So what we're going to be analyzing is if you're doing any one of these things, you need to stop immediately. Now, these are the signs of poor systems. Number 1, you're doing manual outreach or posting in Facebook groups, the old, outdated, and oversaturated methods. Number 2, if you have an unpredictable system for scaling your business. And what do I mean by this? If you're in a place in your business and you're making inconsistent money with no gradual system to scale and consistently reach new heights in your income without crashing and burning each month, then this is the problem for you. Another one is if you have a bad product, which means attracting bad clients. And what I mean by this is you can have a cheap program, so you're attracting cheap clients, or you have an expensive program, but you can't attract your ideal client because it's just not valuable enough. The program that you think is worth $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 is not actually worth that much, and so no one's buying. Now, we can break down all 3 of these in depth. That's going to be a very, very long video, but instead what I want to do is focus on this one. This is the most bang for your buck. It's the fastest, easiest, cheapest to set up, and it's going to solve 80% of your problems if you can do it right. And so if you're still in a place where you're doing, manual outreach by yourself, trying to DM 100 people a day, this is the first thing you need to stop immediately and replace with a done-for-you system. The reason why is because number 1, it's a massive waste of your time. I'm sure you feel this. You feel like shit after 100 DMs. It's awful. What a grind. Huge waste of time. There's more important things for you to focus on. Number 2, it's an easily leveraged activity that you never actually needed to do in the first place. The sad reality is that your coaches have been lying to you, right? If you ever had a coach telling you need to do 100 DMs, 50 DMs a day by yourself, or you just don't want it bad enough, right? It's bullshit. The only reason they never told you about automating their outreach is because number 1, they never knew that they could, or they never knew how. Number 2, they never knew how to properly train someone else to do the outreach for you without them sounding like a robot. But number 3, they thought it was too expensive to automate. That's why they never told you about it, because it is a game-changing system. Now, I'm going to change all of that for you and set you free from the manual grind today. And after this video, you will never have to go back to the trenches ever again. So we're going to show you the step-by-step guide on how to set up this done-for-you system. And this is what your automated outreach is going to look like, where you hire someone else whose sole responsibility is to live in the DMs and message people, start conversations all day long. They're going to message way more people than you. They're going to be more consistent. And because of that, you're going to be able to predictably scale your business and get out of the trenches. Now, just so you know how effective this automated outreach system is, I started out my coaching business with $652 in my account and a brand new Instagram audience with 400 fake followers. Basic content, nothing fancy. But yet, with this automated system, I was able to generate $15,000 in the first 16 days of launching. Within 60 days of launching it, I was able to scale it up to $23,000 a month. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. So let's dive in. First things first, what is the automated outreach system and why should I use it? In short, the automated outreach system is a system that leverages other people's time and effort to start conversations with your ideal client and book them on sales calls, all without you needing to send a single cold DM yourself. In simple terms, this is probably what you're used to doing. You're managing a bunch of other things in your life. You're doing your own training, for example, if you're a fitness coach, busy training yourself or training another client. Maybe you've got another job on the side as well that you're trying to do. You've got family, kids to attend to, and whatever coach is telling you that you need to be sending 100 DMs a day, right? Brutal. It's so tough to manage this and stay consistent. consistent. So of course you're not seeing the kind of results that you want. This is a system that we're going to build. First thing to set up this automated system is leveraging someone else's time and energy. So where do you even find someone that's willing to do this kind of work for you? For this, we use Upwork. Now I'm going to show you everything that you need to do for the perfect job post so that the following day you can shortlist your exact appointment setter and immediately get the process started. So step number 1 is writing the title. Talented appointment setter VA. That's all you need to do, right? So you can pause this video, go ahead and make the post, follow along with the video, okay? Number 2 is what skills do we need? We just select these 5: communications, data entry, Instagram, English, and virtual assistants. That's all you need. Scope is medium. Now this next part is going to blow you away. How much is this whole thing going to cost me? $3 to $5 an hour to manage this whole process. Handle all of your automation, message people. They're only really going to be working 2 hours a day to send 50 messages. So this whole system is going to run you anywhere from $6 a day to $10 a day. That's coffee and a donut, all right? Come on. $6 a day, manage your entire outreach, get out of the grind forever. You can focus on your clients, focus on pushing your business forward for $6 a day. Unbelievable. Now, pause this here. This is the exact kind of job post that you need to make. Word for word, copy and paste this in there. Wait 24 hours, you'll be able to shortlist your ideal candidate. You have 20 to 50 people applying for the job. People want to do this work. So now what do? Now let's say you've shortlisted, you've got your perfect appointments at a VA. What do you do now? How do you train your new appointments? Now, what I want to walk you through is easily the most effective, is the fastest way to train an appointment setter in a way that they can match your cadence perfectly. This is the system that we call the graduation process. It's so easy. This is what you'll need to do. Number 1, you're going to be getting your VA to start off just sending 50 new messages per day, okay? The objective at the start is just for them to start conversations with people. They don't need to do the entire process A to Z yet. They don't need to do the cold outreach and then handle the objections and then ask some questions and then book them on the call. They don't need to do all that yet. They do that within 2 or 3 weeks. But in order for them not to sound like a robot, for them not to say weird shit, in order for them to be trained properly, this is the graduation system. The only objective is just for them to start the conversation, message people until they get a response, and then from there, you will take over the conversation. You will ask the right questions, find out the person's pain points, their goals, and then you book them in a call. What will end up happening is after 2 or 3 weeks, you have screenshots of successful conversations. You will know the exact questions you ask, what your cadence is, what your tone is. You'll be able to train your VA perfectly on, hey, cool, start the conversation, but now you know exactly how to continue the conversation. Here's a dozen different screenshots of exactly how the conversation flows. After that time, like I said, you've got your own SOP. They've replaced you entirely in the DMs. So it's either continue sending 100 messages a day by yourself, or just do this hybrid approach for 2 or 3 weeks and they've completely replaced you. This will save you countless hours, and you only have to chat to the most high quality leads that are responsive. Not the people leaving you in red, but the people that are actually engaging back in the conversation. Those are the only people you have to deal with now. Way easier. Now, the next most challenging hurdle for so many coaches is where to actually find leads. Now, I've actually got a separate video on how we get our coaching clients 10,000 qualified leads for $20. If I do it in this video, it's going to take way too long. But if you want to see that video, I'm going to leave the link to it in the description below. But now I want to address what I believe is actually the biggest issue that so many coaches face. It has nothing to do with system. I've kind of covered that. You can go ahead and immediately apply that and get your own VA right now. But it has everything to do with mindset. And like I said, it's easily the most important thing that's holding you back. So I want to go over here, the mirror of life. This is how it works. If you think other people are judging you online, it's probably because you're judging people online. If a prospect tells you, I need to think about it, and you just accept it, it's probably because you give the same objections on a sales call. And if you tolerate those behaviors in yourself, you will tolerate that behavior in prospects. And in doing so, you'll attract the same standard you have for yourself in others. Likewise with your coaching business. If you don't invest in yourself, and more importantly, in solving your problems, it doesn't matter necessarily about the money, but if you don't invest in solving your most high-level problems, then how can you expect anyone else to? If you're trying to sell a transformation, let's say fitness coaching, for example, you're trying to get people to completely make a brand new life-changing decision, life-changing transformation, but you haven't done the same for yourself. I'm not talking about in fitness. If you're a fitness coach, you're likely not struggling with fitness. You've likely got a different issue going on maybe in your business. If you haven't even made that transformation in your own business, overcoming a challenge in your own business, investing in a solution that can solve a high-level problem, how can you expect somebody else to as well? If you're selling a cheap program and attracting cheap clients, it's probably because you only invest in cheap solutions, expecting it to solve expensive problems. You hear what I'm saying? if you're selling an expensive program and no one's buying, but you've never invested a lot of money to solve a big life-changing problem in your own life, again, how the fuck do you expect anyone else to do it if you haven't even done that? You can't have that kind of conviction on a sales call. You attract what you are. It's the same in dating as it is in business. You need to be the prospect that you want to attract. This is the law of the universe. You get what you give. Karma 101. I want to go into, though, what the poor mindset is here. And there's two types of people listening to this, what I just said. Type A is going to be crybabies. People like that might be thinking, even though what he said makes perfect, complete sense, he's just saying that so I can invest in his program. Firstly, if that's you and that's the way that you're thinking about what I just said, I would never allow you into the program in the first place. So you don't have to worry about me trying to take your money, right? I would never allow you to work with me in the first place. Secondly, if you view it with that negative lens, that, oh, he's just saying this to manipulate me. If you view it like that, I'm glad. And I'm actually not going to try and change your mind on that at all. Because once again, this is the mirror of life. If you view what I just said there with a negative lens, it says more about your inability to take responsibility for where you are right now and recognize that your beliefs and your decisions have led you to the point that you're in. It may not be your fault, but it is certainly your problem because no one else is going to do it for you. And you are ultimately the only one who has the power to change your life. So if you viewed it negatively, I'm not going to try and change your mind, but you need to recognize you're the only one that can change your situation. As long as you continue to look at everything with a negative lens, your life will continue to look that way. Right? Now, the second type of person listening to this is who I'm actually making this video for. And this is the winner's mindset. If you're listening to this and feel that this message is resonating with you, that you may have been attracting poor clients and prospects because that's the standard that you accepted for yourself, but you have the strength to reflect and take responsibility for that, then I can promise you this, your breakthrough is just around the corner. Awareness and ownership of your problem are the most impactful things that you can do to start making a significant change in your life. And as long as you continue to carry that simple awareness of the mirror of life in your everyday actions, I can guarantee that will be enough for you to start making the change in your life that you want to see the most. That for me has been such an impactful lesson to learn that if I want to make more money, if I want to attract better prospects, I need to be a better prospect. I need to pay in full. I need to not have this think about it objection. I need to just put my money where my mouth is. If I want people to do the same, I need to do it so that I have the conviction on a sales call to expect that from someone else because I've demanded 10 times that from myself. Personally, even financially, I've spent upwards of $50,000 on coaching, on programs, on courses. I would, by no means expect anybody to spend that amount of money with me if I haven't done the same thing. And I ask people for a fraction of that price. And so when I ask people for whatever price it is on a call, it's because I know I've done that times a million. So that is the premise of that. But this bonus here for you guys is this. If any of what I just said was helpful to you guys, then I want you to comment down below what you feel stood out to you the most and how you believe it impacted you. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick my favorite comment in the next couple days. I'm going to schedule in a free 60-minute call one-on-one about any challenges that you might be facing in growing your coaching business. Now, whether this is creating a better high-ticket offer so you attract better quality clients who will pay you more money, if it's how to get an endless supply of high-quality leads or running ads that book out your calendar, whatever you want to go through, that's what we can go with. So with that said, guys, I just want to thank you so much for your time watching this video. I hope this message resonated with you because genuinely for me, it's been some of the most impactful 2 things I've done in my own business that's completely changed my life. So with that said, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.